Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, and welcome to Diva of Days of Our Lives. This is our 439th Blog Talk Radio show. You can check out all our shows and interviews here at Blog Talk Radio. We also have a Facebook page. You can check us out there on Facebook, and we're also on Twitter at Diva of DOOL, and you can also find us on iTunes. I'm at Mama Hooch on Twitter. I'm Marianne. And Diva Carey can't be with us tonight, but we have Jen with us. Hi, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen at REXJDK at Twitter.
And, of course, we have Miss Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hello there.
Hey, Anna.
Hello. You can find me. Hey there, Jen. Hey there, Mama Hooch. Hey, let's see. You can find me at Kazi Hooch. And sometimes, rarely lately.
Sometimes.
You can still find me there.
Okay. You can find you there. You're still there. It's still under Causey Hooch, yeah. So good. Yes. Yeah, it's still there. Okay. Yeah. So check all us out there, and also be sure to check out at Bob Hapka and at Amy Hapka on Twitter, and also at Teo Penglis, at Lauren Coslow, and at Kill Tripp USA, who is Ian Buchanan. They're still all tweeting. They're still all on Twitter.
Good.
So be sure to check them out.
Yeah.
And I think they all have Instagrams too. Go if anybody ever goes on Instagram. I think they all have Instagram posts. So, yeah. So everybody watched the show. Anybody's watched the show this week? I think Jen said she didn't get a chance this week, but she's heard about it. So
I caught up from last week, and then I got got Monday and almost through Tuesday. So I at least got to see Kate.
Okay.
That made me happy.
I was going to say, there you go. I was just going to ask you, did you see the Kate and Sami scene?
Yeah,
but did you see the Kate and Sami
but I got through most of it. Yeah. Where she's telling Sami to dial it back because it'll just give Ally something to rebel against even more if she goes running over Nicole's. Yeah. Now I thought, well, if that so they had on the kettle black, but hey, it takes one going.
Giving parenting advice.
But I will take all of the Cami all day long, every day. I love them together. I love their frenemy thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they really do.
So that was.
They really do care about each other, and they have such a long history. And so they and plus I just love the way they play off each other. So anyway. So yeah. But
they seem to be a little bit more like friendly than enemies lately, because they have that common bond with Ally and the baby and everything. So
I know. I loved it. I was like, Kate with small children. We used to tweet about. We used to say that. We used to have a saying because when Kate.
Oh yeah, when I saw that, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, when she's in scenes with little babies or little kids, oh my gosh, she's just we see a little bit of Lauren coming out. It's so cute. Yeah. But so when she looked at the baby, I was like, oh, she was talking to him.
She was holding the baby.
Yes.
And she got Ally to hold the baby.
You'll have to talk about all that because I didn't get to see that part. So all I got to see was Tuesday, about the first half of it.
Yeah.
So, Monday and Tuesday.
Like she was encouraging her. So. Yeah.
So you'll have to talk about that part because I hadn't seen that yet.
Well, the whole thing with the baby and Ally. Was she finally named the baby?
Okay. So, well, wait. Dial it back though to the beginning of the week though. Okay, so she's telling Sami. She's telling Sami not to rush over to Nicole's because that's what Ally did. She went running over to Nicole's, and we can talk about that. I guess.
Be trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and by then Eric was already saying on his goodbye tour And then she said,
yeah.
well, remember she's like, well, don't you still want the baby? And she's like, well, things have changed a little bit, and so basically, no. And so I saw like kind of to that point where she's like, yes, my life has changed. I'm still processing Eric leaving tonight. I just think that's so crazy. First of all, can we just talk about that for a minute? I hate the way they set him off like
Eric
that.
leaving?
Yes.
They needed a reason.
It wasn't even.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those scenes with Nicole and Eric were good, but if I'm representing the diva here for a minute, and I'm not officially, but I think I can safely say that she was probably not very happy with those scenes. I mean, they were well acted and the dialogue was great, but it's like, wait, you guys finally get what you want. You're finally together. You finally have this happy home, and you're working on towards the same goals, and you're united and everything. Now, we all know in the soap world that gets boring, but for right now, they're happy, and they just got married, and all of a sudden he's going to run off to Africa? Really? I mean, they should have. I would have rather had him run over by a Mack truck than that. I really do. I mean, I was just so annoyed. So anyway.
Well, they needed a reason. They needed a reason, so that I guess the way Nicole was saying it, they had to have a conversation of her encouraging him, and the reason was because now she could do, she's making the right decision, and she's being selfless, and she's encouraging him, and she's trying to be the better person. So that's what they were trying to convey, I guess, to make us believe that this is how Nicole would really be. Well,
Right.
Like the new Nicole, you would think she...
Nicole would be burning down Africa right now.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say.
Nicole would be sending a bomb to the village right now.
Right. But now this is the new Nicole, and she wants to do the right thing, and she knows that he would never be happy it would always be bothering him. He didn't seem too bothered by it. Like, he was ready not to go.
It was almost like he was relieved.
She talked him out of it.
It was almost like he was like, but you and Holly are my life. She's like, well, what if we were out of the equation? Well, that's not going to happen because you guys are my whole life. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It was almost like she was kicking him out the door, and he wasn't really complaining.
Like if we weren't involved, if we weren't here, would you go?
Yeah.
Well, he would go if you weren't involved, but you are. I know.
And I mean,
the
those
writers
nice
too.
Words, this is who you are. I need to honor who you are.
Yes.
I don't want you to ever not be who you are. I'm sorry, but when you have a wife and a kids or a husband and a family, I mean, you do make change. You do make sacrifices. And, they're trying to make it sound like it's a short-term thing, but we know that's not
That's what it sounds like.
So it just pisses me off.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless they're going to recast.
I guess,
Unless they recast.
I guess they could. But in which case, why wouldn't, that's convenient then that Nicole can't take on. I mean, here she is telling this kid, well, I can't, that's a lot of that's a big thing to take on a new baby. Well, hello, that's why Ally's pawning him off on you. I'm just joking.
Yep.
But anyway, I just was like, the dialogue itself was really good, but anybody who knows those characters and knows the history had to have been pissed. I mean, it just.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So we're all in agreement that all sucks, the high heavens. So, anyway, and I still say, Father, what a waste, even now, without having the collar. Oh my gosh, they still didn't use him enough in the way he could have been used. And I think that's probably why he left. But it's just
that's the reason he left. He was frustrated and upset with the way his character was going and what they did to it, and you know how they made him wimpy and Anyway, that's why he was leaving in the first place.
All right,
so
we got off. I just had to cover that while we were in that space there.
Yeah, that's the whole part of the whole part of the story.
Let's talk about what happens with Ally, and then what happens after she talks to Nicole or whatever. Like how does she get back over to the? Sami did
actually go back over. Well, I think Ally went. I'm trying to think. Ally went there. No, Sami. Sami went there first with the baby, came over with the baby talking to Nicole. And the whole thing was agreed upon, and that was Eric's idea before he left. It could work out if Sami would give up custody of the baby if Ally would live with Nicole. So Ally would be there for the baby, but Sami had to agree to that, which she did. She kind of compromised a little bit. And then Ally came over. Then Ally ended up coming. Well, Kate had told Sami that that's where Ally was going. But they kind of got sidetracked a little bit. But anyway, they came later. And Sami and Ally kind of made amends. You know, she and Ally got to hold the baby. And they said, well, you really need to give the baby a name. So she couldn't. And finally she came. She was saying different names, and then she said Harry. Then she said, how about Henry Lucas Horton? And Lucas he was thrilled. Lucas, that's a great middle name. I like that. I like Lucas, but I am just not a fan of the name Henry. I don't know, just not a fan. But I don't know how she, and there was no explanation of how she came up with the name Henry. She just came up with the name Henry, so I don't know.
They should have named him Lucas.
Well, Henry Horton's okay. Yeah. But yeah,
Henry Horton, yeah. Henry is just like an old name to me. But
yeah.
You know, but all those old names are coming back.
It's had a resurgence though, because I remember
it
about
still reminds
8 years ago, a friend,
I
think Henry started coming back around like 8 years ago or 10 years. So it can work with the right names and stuff. But yeah, I just I'm okay. So they had some good scenes then. So how did Kate talk about Kate? Like, how did she get her to hold the baby and stuff?
Now thinking back, I don't know if she was there. Well, this was another time she was with a baby and Kate on her other time. I don't think it was this scene because Kate wasn't there when they went over to Nicole's. But there was another time, I'm pretty sure,
at the hospital.
That Kate was it at the hospital?
I'm pretty sure
there
it
was one
Kate
time
who talked her into it.
Yeah, who talked her into it. Yeah. But I think this time it was mainly Kate and Sami talking about that, and then Sami did go over, and then Ally came over, and then Sami left. So Lucas was taking Sami to the airport. So I guess Sami's leaving, but I guess Sami will be coming back. So, but there were some good scenes between Ally and Sami too.
Well, that's good. I thought they were like the scenes when she shows up at the end of last week and then the beginning of this week when they were fighting and stuff at the dimension. I thought that girl, I thought she did a great job. I thought they had a lot of good chemistry
she's
as
good.
far as mother-daughter. Yeah, they were really good. Really,
and they
really
look like mother-daughter. Yeah,
they do.
And she's kind of like a little Sami herself. She's kind of like a little Sami herself, a little spoiled. She is kind of stubborn. And they brought that out too, and then she kind of realized she just, like Sami told her, she just wanted her to have a chance to fall in love with her baby like she did, like with Will. And then she did say at the end that that she loved, that Ally told Sami that she loved her, and they hugged, and everything was all right when Sami left. So there were some good scenes there. And then there.
Well, and I liked the way when she was fighting with Sami, and Sami said, look, here's the truth of the matter. You're doing this. She says, you're making these decisions and doing these things because you're trying to hurt me, and you really are hurting yourself when you do. Like, I get it that you're angry at me and that you want to strike out at me by picking the worst person you could possibly pick to, whatever, But I thought those were good. I thought Sami was showing a surprising bit of self-awareness in that moment in a way. I mean,
dare we say?
Yeah, maturity, that's the word. Yeah, there you go.
Maturity.
That's the word I was looking for. Very good. Yeah. I'm really liking that storyline, I gotta admit.
Yeah, it is good. And then getting back to Eric, and you were talking about Eric leaving, he went and said all his goodbyes. He went to see Marlena and Roman. We got to see Roman. And he said goodbye, and Belle was there, and then Brady. Yeah, and then Brady showed up, and they're all crying, oh, we'll see you and all this. And then they were saying, were you going to go see Sami? And he said, no. He's not going to see Sami. He's not going to tell Sami goodbye. But then someone, I don't know who, somehow Sami found out, somebody, I think maybe it was Lucas or somebody told Sami about Eric leaving, and she storms over to his house, and she's pounding on the door. and he opens the door, and she said, were you ever going to tell me goodbye? He said, yeah, goodbye, and slams the door in her face.
Oh.
Yeah, but then she did go back over and open the door, and they come in, and I think they kind of, I don't know, they really didn't from what I don't think they really made up too much. He didn't really forgive her, kind of like Ally did, but yeah, but that scenes were kind of good there too. And then we have Nicole did bring up. We also see Tripp telling Kayla that he's going to stay in Salem, and asked her if she would mind or be uncomfortable with him doing his last year of residency, because of all. And they kind of went over his history of what he did to Kayla and how he, all the different stuff. And then I forgot that there was the other thing that he did. Oh, with Ben. Remember how he set up Ben to make them think that it was Ben? He did that. He says, I haven't been, the things that I've done, and it's kind of projecting, I think this is a setup to come for what's going to come with this whole baby thing, because then Nicole is talking to Ally, and she says, she brings up the baby's father again. Maybe you want to talk about the baby's father, and Ally gets real defensive and says, no, she don't want to talk about it. And she kind of storms out. And then Tripp leaves, and all of a sudden, right at the end of Friday's show, you see them going through the park, that little park area there on the square. And she says, she looks up and she sees him. She says, "Oh, it's you," and she looks like she's really upset, and But now, the previews, and I think Diva Carey had said this, and I've seen it in Soap Opera Digest, that she remembers that she was drunk and she thinks that Tripp raped her, and that's the whole thing. And then I've been hearing other things, that it's going to come out that he actually tried to help her, that she was drunk and he was the first person, that she doesn't remember anything, but he saw her, So that could make sense either way. I don't know whether they're going to make him that
somebody else
raped her, or.
But does that mean somebody else
could be?
And got her pregnant?
Oh,
okay.
I don't know. Well, this is speculation. I'm in all these different.
Okay.
I read all. There's all these different theories and stuff. But so far as we know, she's going to accuse him. She's going to accuse him of raping her. So whether he did or not, I don't know. So. That's the whole, which it kind of goes against his character that way. Yeah, he's done other things, but I don't see him doing that. I don't know why. It just don't, but I don't know. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking it might be a mistake, and maybe it's somebody totally different now that would be the father. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to prove that or what that's going to. So that's another thing, the whole baby story. That'll be.
That would make like for the fight or. Of the Johnson men rapist.
I was going to say, oh, geez.
Oh, geez. Yeah. That's true. So, what else do we have? So that's the whole baby storyline, and with Eric and Nicole. Then we had some fun parts with Bonnie and Justin.
Oh.
Justin won her case and got her all this money, and they're walking through the thing and they're celebrating, and she turns around, she gives him this big kiss, and they kiss for a little bit, like, was he kissing her back? And he said, and she pulls away, he says, what is this? And she says, well, you kissed me back. He said, I did not kiss you back. You kissed me. And so they're all upset, and he says, and you will never be, he says, maybe I did that because you look like Adrian. But you will never be half the woman that Adrian is, and he's like really laying into her, and he turns around. You can see the hurt on Bonnie's face, So then he goes back to the pub, and Jack comes in. So him and Jack are talking, and he's drinking and getting drunk, and he's telling Jack the whole story, And he says, Jack looks at him. He says, "Are you sure you don't have feelings for Bonnie?" And he kind of just like looks at him. And then Jen runs into Bonnie in the square, and Bonnie's crying, and Jen sits down and kind of talks to her about everything. So I don't know if they're leading up to setting up a whole Bonnie and Justin thing, which it seems like they are putting them together, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, but the actors still have chemistry,
like that.
You know.
That's the thing. You're still looking at him. You're still thinking Adrian, but it's not. And she's playing Bonnie a little differently too.
Yeah.
She's not playing Bonnie as a sharp heart, crazy, over the top. No, she's tamed her down. That she's kind of almost like Adrian, not quite, but she's tamed Bonnie down a little bit. So so that's what's going on with those two. And then we had Melinda Trask is back as the DA.
Oh, yeah.
So this whole thing with Brady trying to get Kristen off by having his granddad or taking the rap.
Well, I wondered when they mentioned the DA, I thought of her and I wondered if she was still around. I knew she.
She's not having any of it. Of course, she's biased though too, which Brady pointed out. How can you be on this case when it's her daughter that Kristen pushed down the steps? But I don't know. But anyway, she's not doing that.
Oh gosh,
yeah. So I guess I don't know. Kristen still might be going to jail. I don't know. And Lani and Eli kind of have made up because she was mad at him for what he did, and he was mad at her for what she did. But they're kind of They're kind of making up. So I don't know what's more going to come of that.
Well, she said she looked at Kristen and she said, "I can't believe he was that." Because he basically just told her how he felt and everything, and how are they going to be able to get past this all in front of Kristen? Because Lani wouldn't meet with him in private. She was still mad at him. So he just kind of bore his soul a little bit. And so after he left, she was like, "Wow, I'm kind of surprised he did that in front of you." So that must have kind of turned her a little bit.
Mhm. And then so and Kristen, kind of convinced Lani, to
give
you have
him
to
a chance.
try to give him a chance, try to forgive him and stuff. So that. So and then we had Steve went and visit John. John's having this with his aneurysm thing. His personality's kind of a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So he made these.
Too bad
he accused Steve. Yeah, I don't know. He's accusing Steve of going after Marlena again. Trying to steal my wife, and he's going off at him. And all of a sudden, he's screaming and yelling at Steve, and then all of a sudden, he switches back to, oh, why did I just say that? Why did I just do that? Yeah. So, I don't know. Then Marlena's talking to Ben. Ben's still upset about Ciera. But then he goes back to their old room. And he sees the door open and sees her suitcase on the bed, and he hears somebody in the other room. And he thinks, oh, is it Ciera? Oh, and here it was Claire. Claire was in there bringing Ciera's stuff back for Ben. And she did end up telling him that Hope thinks that she could still be alive. Nobody has told Ben this whole time. And he's and Hope's out trying to find Ciera because she thinks that she's not dead because they didn't find any remains. But nobody at to that point has told Ben until Claire finally tells him. Yeah. So he decides he's going to run off and try to find Hope so he can find Ciera. So that's what's going on with the whole Ciera thing.
By the way, I thought
when
it
and
was
if she comes
funny
back
when
again.
Marlena, when Claire sits down with Marlena at the hospital and she's like, "Oh, I love your haircut." That's so cute.
Yeah,
that was so funny.
She did get a cut.
Oh, I love your haircut. Yeah, she did. I think it's really flattering on her. I think they did a good job with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, she's totally looks older and more mature. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, totally different than the other Claire.
I think it softened her look too. I think it made her. I think it made her look. I think it improved her look. Yeah. She's growing on me. At first, I was like, because it's just hard when somebody changes. But she's
because they're trying to redeem the character.
Yeah.
And then the whole. What do you think, Jim?
I don't know.
And she's put down her phone.
Oh.
Oh, and then I'm wondering if they're
Oh, okay.
And then with if Ciera's and Victoria's going to be gone for a while, I don't know if they're going to want to try to pair up Claire and Ben. That couple. I don't know.
I don't think
if they would go there or not. I don't know. Just that's my thinking. Yeah.
Well, Gwen
never
and
know what they're good. Yeah. Gwen. Oh, and speaking of Gwen, this is the big we're trying to figure out here. The old Gwen. Yeah, we know that she's the one that drugged Abby back in a long time ago, and she tried to do it again. But every time she tried it with wine, then she tried it with coffee, put it in regular coffee, but Abigail says, no, I just drink decaf, so she didn't drink that. So I guess she's run out of the drug, so she goes to the prison to see Dr. Rolf, and he comes in and says, what's up, Doc?
Yeah.
He comes in, and you think, okay, well, they're working. You know, she did get it from him, but she gave him Dr. Rolf doesn't understand, like, why? Why do you want to do this? And she won't tell him why. So he doesn't. It's not him. It's really her that has this vendetta. It's not Dr. Rolf. So there was rumors out there that she was his daughter. Well, so far that doesn't seem to be the case. And he told her she wanted more to drug Abigail. And he says, no, he's not going to do that because he says it's going to raise suspicion because now Gabi isn't around to take the blame, which she was before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he says you need to do it, do the long term, because she said, she's telling him, oh, she's the perfect wife and the perfect mother, and she has the perfect children, the perfect life. And you could tell she's jealous. And Dr. Rolf says, well, why don't you try to take that all back from her, and do it gradually, and do it long term and try to take all that away from her. And so, so now there's different things out there, and rumors are saying that somehow she has this connection to Abigail. Is she her sister? Is this maybe a long-lost daughter of Jack's or Peter Blake? Because to get revenge, like Peter Blake's daughter, to get revenge on Jack and Jen, because
could be.
They brought down like Peter, or is it Jack? Is it like a sister or half sister of Jack? So that could be interesting because we're not going to have Jennifer or Melissa Reeves, so they could bring in Peter Blake if it's the same actor.
Now is that temporary or permanent?
Now there's another thing I've been hearing. I'm hearing it's only temporary. I mean, that's what's been said. That's what Melissa has said, and that's what's being said. But, of course, then there's people that will speculate and say, no, it's not, because they wrote this new storyline with Peter Blake. So that's what they're saying, and then she's not going to want to work with him.
Isn't it that her grandbaby? Oh, that's true.
Which makes sense. With the coronavirus, and that's the reason she's does not want to come back, which that could very well be true.
So is it the same actor that played? Because I wasn't watching during that part of the show.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, that he's the same actor is coming back.
She had the affair with.
Right, with the affair with, yes.
Gotcha.
And that's why they're saying, that's why people are thinking, if this is the case and this is the way the storyline's going to go, how people have all their rumors. There's nothing, no spoilers saying that this is true. It's just what people are speculating. And then people were saying, which would, if it's like someone said, well, maybe it's Andre's daughter. And I think, well, it would be nice to have Teo back in that role again. Yeah. But then that would make her sleeping with her uncle, which she slept with Jake. Yeah, that's the only thing there. But like I said, as many times as they changed Tony's parentage, they could come and say, no, really? No, it's found out Andre isn't Stefano's son. It's like, who knows? He could do, and Ron could do anything he wants, But people were just saying, just speculating if there's a reason, and I think the connection is somehow with Jack and Jen, somehow that way, I think, is why she hates Abigail. There has to be a reason. So, I don't know.
Well, and she's got
I thought it was Vivian before.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know.
Well, and Jack was
but it could be Jack when he was
gone.
In
London for a while.
Right.
And Jack
right.
was in London.
Remember, Jack was
London,
presumed
by
dead.
then, oh, that's true. But she wouldn't be that old. That's the thing. She wouldn't be that old. I mean,
I don't know. How old is she supposed to be?
She's every
Older
bit as
than
old
Abigail?
As I would think.
Abigail.
Well,
yeah, around
I
Abigail's age, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, it's always fun to like read the things and get everybody's views on what it is. To speculate, and it is just all but we do know for sure that she has something against Abigail, but she's not telling. Yeah. There's a reason that she wants to take down, or is jealous of Abigail, or doesn't like her. But so she. Oh, and also we found out that she's agreed. Abby wants to go back to work. But their babysitter had quit because they thought Abby was going to stay home. So, but now she decided back to. So now Gwen has volunteered to be the nanny.
Oh dear.
They agreed.
Oh boy.
So here we go. Yeah. Oh, I do like Gwen though. Yeah,
I do too.
She's different.
She's a good
character.
actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, she's good.
Character well.
She's good in that part. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Oh, what else did we have? Oh, we had some Xander and Jan Spears.
Xander and
Sarah
Philip,
told her.
too. Those are funny.
And Xander and Philip, yeah. So they're still trying to take each other down. I don't know. And I think he wants Jan Spears to help him go against Philip. But then Sarah told him who Jan Spears really. He didn't know who she was. Yeah.
My question is, how does Sarah know?
That's what I was wondering. Like, how the heck did you know?
I don't know. Unless she just heard
some history that I'm not aware of. Yeah.
Unless she from being a Horton and just from Maggie, I guess.
Yeah.
Maggie would know. Was there at the time. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of strange.
Yeah.
And they've got this whole strange relationship with Jan, and Jan's already controlling Claire. So.
Claire, yeah. Oh, yeah, because there are scenes. Yeah, Claire just, still doesn't believe that, or believes that she's, cured, which we know she's not, because Jan gives those funny little, she's hugging Claire, and you can see the evil in her eyes.
Yep.
So, but you can see where Claire thinks that, everybody gave her a second chance. They gave Ben a second chance, so why shouldn't Jan be given a second chance? Yeah, so.
Considering half that town should be in the psych ward or a prison.
Yeah, really. Just about everybody's done something to be in prison for, or in this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I kind of thought it was funny when Ally was basically saying, "Yeah, okay, even though Nicole killed somebody, yeah, she's still better than you, Mom." I was like, oh.
Oh, I know.
Ooh, yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Yeah, because Sami has done a lot of crazy things too over the years. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's crazy. Mhm.
Anyway, pretty funny.
Mhm. I don't know. Anything else that stands out? I guess nobody got a chance to see her. Or did you hear anything, Jen? Anything? Different?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Forgot
Any
to
comings
mention.
and goings?
Okay. I don't know. Well, we know Ava's still supposed to come on the scene, like I said, and there's rumors out that Peter Blake's supposed to come back.
I
have no desire to see Ava again. Me either.
No.
Me either.
No.
Mm-mm.
What else been out there? There's some sports, something about Victor's supposed to fire Xander now, eventually fire Xander, so I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, because he made them, co-CEOs, but then supposed to fire them.
That mug scene was hilarious. Kate sends him a congratulations card and, gives him a mug that says world's greatest CEO or whatever, just to kind of rub it in. And so he's drinking that out of that mug when Xander comes in, and he's drops it, takes a hold of it and drops it on the floor to break it. So he's out, Philip's out buying another one.
Oh, God.
Replace it.
Yes.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. And I don't know if they'll. Do you think they'll do anything with the Philip Bell Sean thing? If they'll try to get them? I know Chloe's supposed to come back.
I never could stand the Martha Madison and him. Of him, her, and any of the other guys. The original Bell. The original Bell. Yeah, Kirsten Storms. Yeah, that one worked.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'd be much better with Chloe at this point, as far as that goes.
And Chloe. Oh yeah, to go back to the original. Yes, because those two were the
Chloe,
original ones that got together first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, she's coming back. And then I guess Rafe and Gabi are coming back. They left and they came back. And then I heard somewhere that Freddie. I have to look at that again. But I follow that Alyssa and Freddie. Like they have this radio show or they have this YouTube thing. And I thought I saw something pop up on my thing about rumor that Freddie Smith is coming back. Now whether both of them are or not. Yeah. But I didn't. It just how you pop up and you mean to go back and read it, but I didn't. So now I got to find it.
I do
but
that all day,
I heard something.
Day, yeah.
But I can see the way these things are going with this. It's been happening. They let them go and now they're coming back. Gabi and Rafe are coming back, so maybe they'll. I'm hoping they'll come back. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't hear any other day's news. Hopefully, I guess they're still all filming and nobody's getting sick or everything's going all right. I have. Yeah, they're definitely filming. So you hear it out there and them talking about it. So that's happening. So that's good.
Yeah. I wonder how it's going to look though. When they come back.
It's
I bet you that's. I'm curious to see.
Kind of a challenge. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I've heard, the way things that they have to go through and how they do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, especially with
I was watching scenes like today. Scenes like I was watching. I think it was Monday or Mondays, I guess, where Claire's crying and Jan's sitting right next to her and stuff, and she's tears are flowing and all this stuff, and she's certainly putting out the microbursts of COVID, whatever. And I was thinking, what are they going to do? Put it characters wearing the shields. It was like when the other character starts crying out. Oh, wait, let me pull down my shield.
Yep.
Well, that's another thing. Are they going to address the COVID? You'd have to write that in.
It's so weird.
It's
so weird because it has permeated our existence so indelibly, or what, I don't know if that's the right word, but it has become so entrenched in our lives that it's almost hard to watch things that don't address it or show it, because you're sitting there going, oh wait, they're sitting too close. Oh wait, they don't have masks on. Oh, she just kissed her and or whatever,
But isn't it nice to see that? Oh please, let's get back to that soon.
Oh, yes. No,
that's what I keep thinking. Oh, this is the way it used to be.
No, I love that. I mean, I do love it, but I'm not complaining about it for sure.
Yeah.
It is. It's a breath of fresh air, because even commercials are starting to put masks on people and stuff. And
oh yes, yes, that's what I mean. And
my question
once they get back to it.
We watch soaps to be not reminded of real life. We've got enough real life stuff going on,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm wondering if that's what's going to happen once we get, to that point. They will address it, and that's what they'll be doing.
I think the actors have to wear them offset. I mean,
offset.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe they won't incorporate the coronavirus in.
Well, I know for GH, I've seen pictures of a couple of characters that the actors are wearing masks, but then they take them off when they're doing scenes. But I think they're also doing a lot of testing. I mean, they're doing a lot of immediate testing and all that.
I bet you they test every day. Yeah.
Excessive, but
Well,
they're probably
or
since
temperature
every day.
A year ahead, Remember with the time jump? Maybe they're hoping like the virus will be gone so they won't have to address it.
Oh, hey, yeah. That's a good idea. There you go. I like that. Well, let's just pretend the virus never hit Salem. Salem was protected by the virus. I'm not getting the virus.
Yeah. Only in Salem. No virus in Salem.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, because the love scenes, what are you going to do there? You know, that's another thing because we just have, you know, had Eric and Nicole in bed, you know, together.
Oh,
yeah. That'd be interesting.
I would imagine it'd be tricky even doing makeup and hair and makeup and all
that.
I mean, you know. I've been getting my hair done for months, but like because they allowed it here, you know, starting in May, I think, or May or June.
Yeah, we are too.
But you know, we wear masks while we're there, and like you know, and it's controlled. But like with them getting ready for the scenes, you know, and having the makeup team and all, that would be kind of tricky too.
Oh yeah, unless they're doing their own makeup.
Well, I guess true. But I guess as long as they are wearing masks and stuff. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
I guess they found a way. Everyone finds a way.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been finding a way to make it work.
That's the great thing about this country. We problem solve.
We find
a
way.
Figure it out. We work around it. It's like that's why
every business
is lockdown again. Because we can function. I mean, I'm doing most of what I was doing before. I mean, I haven't honestly been to sit at a restaurant. I've not eaten in a restaurant since this thing started, but I do takeout and curbside all the time. And I honestly don't even care if we don't ever go back to not having curbside because I love it.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh, I just ate in a restaurant tonight. But yeah, we've been doing it. Yeah, we've been doing it here. We're at 50%.
I look forward to the day. Forward to the day when we can actually say, you know, feel comfortable doing that. But I'm just saying, like, I love the fact that, I mean, the places that used to not do curbside do curbside now, and it's like, yes, every day. I love it. Take that. Don't ever get rid of that.
Oh, I'm thinking they'll continue with that, I would think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they probably realize it's a moneymaker for them too. Once they get back to where they're full speed, you know, they probably why would they take that away? Because it's going to turn off some people that you know, or it was going to reduce their business. Yeah. I just hope that because so many people I hate seeing, like you know, you think about it in Salem, like okay, all the places that they go, you're eating. It's like a food establishment, you know, bars and food. So it's kind of hard to, I don't know. And like also, I mean, they would have to. I think they must have to choose to ignore it on the show because think of like even like the scenes like it's somebody in the hospital. You wouldn't like Marlena wouldn't be able to go in and see John, and you know, there's just so many like ways that would totally mess up their storytelling. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I mean, hey,
it'd be hard to tell a story with it.
Their whole industry is make believe and making things appear different than they are. So you know what? I trust them. They're going to figure it out. I'm not worried about it. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
So
I think they will.
I just hope everybody stays well and they don't have any things where they have to shut down production or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. So.
Yep. All right.
All right. Yeah, I think that might be it. I was going to say that's all I got. I'm just looking here. I think we covered just about every different storyline that was going on this week. So,
cool.
See what happens.
Yes,
all right.
See what happens this week.
All right. Okay. See you next week. Have a good day. Yeah. Okay. See you later.
Night, ladies.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good weekend. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.